Hey guys, how are you today? Coming to you from Brisbane, Australia. The House of Pain. Not really, but there he is. Yes, we thought we would put a quick video out for you guys, letting you know some things that are happening here that might not be happening there. And also to tell you a couple of other things too. And my main message is don't panic. I don't know what else to tell you. That's what I keep hearing for myself. We're in a pretty panicky time, but this is what we've all been getting ready for. So I guess now's when we sharpen our swords and just wait with our sharpened sword ready next to us. It's all we can do. Shaking My Head Productions brought out a video. Actually, it was a community post asking people to tell him what they knew about anybody that had been VC'd. And the amount of comments, guys, is incredible. I couldn't sort of copy and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't grab it to show you guys. So go over to Shaking My Head's Productions and you'll see his last community post. Go to the community tab. Hit that and then just go down and scroll through the comments and you will be shocked what we're dealing with. We don't know a great deal many people, so we don't know. I don't know anybody that's been VC'd yet. In saying that, they're going to start to pop up. But in this country, I've noticed we are kicking back pretty hard. So it's everybody I've spoken to so far doesn't want it, except my own sister-in-law, who said, oh no, I've got to get it for my job. And I just came straight out and said, it'll kill you. And she's going, no. You could tell, you can see the blank stare, guys, when they get it on. They just disconnect. And look, this has been the hardest journey of our whole lives. All of us here. See that bee? So sorry. We keep saying to each other we wish we were wrong. You know, this pill's going down sideways pretty bad now, cutting into the esophagus or what. Here's our native kookaburra. These are the ones that laugh when I do the videos, guys, and you can hear these guys just laughing their heads off in the background.
Laughing at Satan.
Laughing at the plans of the enemy.
Yep.
So we want to encourage you because all I see is bad news everywhere, and we need to encourage ourselves as well, because we've been sort of drilled into the ground a bit, haven't we? Yep. And yeah, and we know, like, because we've at least we can talk about stuff. You guys that are alone, all I can say is just keep saying to the Father, help me, help me, help me. There's no time for big elaborate prayers anymore. And just keep it simple, keep it straight to the fact with him. That's all we could do. Now, it's the greatest thing we can do.
Yeah.
And so do you want to talk about what you wanted to say about a few things?
Yeah, just quickly about Russia, Ukraine. I mean, we all know China, Taiwan, and most likely Israel, Iran, but a lot of people, North Korea's gone very silent. It wouldn't be surprise me if North Korea hit South Korea out of the ordinary, because people aren't looking at that. If you study asymmetric warfare and how they plan things and how they do things, you know, these, I mean, we're all hit sideways, and with the CV, we thought it was going to be war, but we were hit with CV. So you can see how they take you off guard. Asymmetric warfare is like guerrilla warfare and non-conventional tactics against a conventional enemy. So if you study that and go through it, you'll know what I mean. I'll just briefly go over it. So what they need is basically only one conventional war to collapse the economy. This is what they want to do. This is all scripted. Russia's playing by the rule book. Putin's on the World Economic Forum. People think Putin's good. No, none of them are good. My guess it's going to go off somewhere. I mean, everyone's looking to Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, it could go off there. We're not sure. It could go off at China or Taiwan. It could go Israel and Iran. It could even go China and India.
Yeah.
So try and get your information from more trusted Christian sources, and I mean, go on the MSN, have a look at it, and whatever they're saying, they're meaning the opposite. That's the way I see it.
They're saying, look
yeah,
over here while they're doing
right.
something else.
That's right, but I think that there'll be only one sort of conventional war. See, this is all designed to bring down Western democracy and
right.
Western countries and the like. So you can see Russia and China making their moves, because if you have a look in Western democracies, communism has actually crept in big time to all Western democracies. So you can see a Chinese-Russian influence here. So I think that they're going to collapse the EU through war. They'll collapse the EU through war, either China, Taiwan, Russia, Ukraine, whatever you want to do.
It doesn't matter who it is.
Well, that's it. Well, that's it.
It's strategic and calculated. They're all in on it together, put it that way.
Yeah, well, that's right. You know, and they, like I said, they only need one war. Yep. They'll collapse it all, and I think that there'll be some sort of worldwide EMP at any time. They're going to use war as a catalyst for it, and then they're going to blame a state-sponsored hacker or whatever you want to, or whoever they want to blame, to collapse everything. Everyone's in darkness, then they reset everything. So this is how I think it's going to go along. I mean, there is a big exercise in Europe called Europe Defender 21, with 27 countries are participating in. All NATO countries are participating in as well. They have this exercise every year. It was actually put off last year in 2020 because of CV. So I think that might be an excuse to bring in more US troops, more NATO troops, get the coalition together, and then they fight Russia. And then I think China is sponsoring Russia at the moment. That's what I think through the World Economic Forum. I don't know.
It's all to bring America down.
That's all it is, and it wouldn't surprise me if there was a coordinated attack against the US with their Poseidon missile, which is a nuclear tsunami missile, and they've said they've had dreams of New York waves and all that sort of thing. So I sort of like keep that in the back of my head. But the only way to bring in this reset would be to take down the whole grid. At some point, July the 9th, there's an operation called Cyber Polygon to simulate a grid takedown. The World Economic Forum they've actually taken that off their website now. They've taken it off.
Righto.
So, I mean, I think everyone can sort of like saying, people say 3 days of darkness. I don't know where the 3 days of darkness comes in. It could be a week, it could be 2 weeks. That's the way I see it. There will be darkness. They have to reset everything. The only way to not really do too much damage to the infrastructure is to hit everything through a cyber attack.
Well, that's where we come back to the scripture.
That's right.
Do not hurt the trees or the grass.
Yeah, that's right. So it's done medically, and it's done it's done on the cyber front as well. So this is the easiest thing for them to do. It's a lot more bloodless. They don't want us here anyway. That's the way. I think with war as well, they're going to go to war as well. That's another part of the Depop program, along with the VCs. So they'll actually achieve their goals. That's what I think, until Yeshua comes back, of course. Expect anything, if they say look here, look over there. If they say look there, look over there.
Yeah.
So everyone's heads have to be on a swivel. It's that simple. You can't focus on one area, because that's what they want you to do. So they want to take your attention and just stick it over here while they work over here. Now, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good fine.
Yeah.
So all I can say is, just keep your eye on everything. Just keep your eye on everything.
That's all you can do, but don't fear. He told us not to be scared if we're with him, and it's really difficult not to be.
Yeah.
We understand that. We are in a little bit of fear, but you just have to keep going. There is no other way, and there are some you'll be able to save out of the fire. Yes, it's a bit late. It's getting late because a lot of them are vaxxed, but oops.
Yeah. So it's nothing you can do.
No, it's all right. And I mean, we're going to be pulled off soon anyway. So
Just one thing I did.
wow.
I just did want to say as well. Now, all these reports of the military and the US being on DEFCON 3 or DEFCON 4. DEFCON stands for Defence Condition. DEFCON is OPSEC, which is Operational Security. And no one knows what the true DEFCON level is. No one does. Only the people in the operations war room know. Not even on the outside though. Even people on the military know on the outside. Now, don't listen to any DEFCON levels, because they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you about any DEFCON levels. I can tell you that from, and anyone that's been in the military knows this. They know this. No one knows the DEFCON level. So don't go into this DEFCON stuff. It's, I mean, even if you've got friends in the military and they say, oh, we're at DEFCON 3, they'd be shot and they'd kill their families if they said that.
Whoa.
It's that simple.
Wow.
So understand this, because it's one of the most closely guarded Operation War Room secrets. So the only time you'll basically know is when you've got the E-4B Doomsday plane doing laps around Washington. So guys, don't play into this DEFCON. Don't get scared about it. No one knows. I mean,
Father knows.
Yeah. Beck knows that. I know a few people. Even they wouldn't tell me. They wouldn't tell me. It's just the way it is. It's a very, very closely guarded secret. Probably 30 levels above top secret. That's what it is.
A need to know basis is a need to know. It's only for the very important people to know.
Yeah, that's right. So,
but here's our wars and rumours of wars. I mean, it's been there all the way through.
But I mean, look, if people are listening to this, and if you've got a very trusted family member and they're in the force, and they tell you, great, but where are they based? What are they doing? So you've got to ask yourself those sort of questions as well. So, it's very. All I can say is DEFCON is the most closely guarded OPSEC operation you can get. It really is. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Okay.
All right. Yep, that's good advice. I don't think that there's nothing we can do about it. Why work ourselves up into a tizzy when we've all got our strengths and weaknesses, and I think that I just need to stay away from that sort of stuff. I'm letting you deal with that. I can't stomach it anymore. So know where your wall stops. Just be aware that you don't want to stretch your mind to breaking point like we nearly have. And That's why we're here. We do it for you.
Yeah.
No, not really. We have not been slacking as counting what slack is. We just
I mean, we could
need
put
it.
out a video 9 hours a day, you know, but I mean,
what good
we
is
just
it?
don't. We're not fear porn guys. We hate that sort of stuff. We hate clickbait stuff. You know, it's not what it's about. But it's very important to. I mean, it's like Beck. She specialises in her stuff. I've learned so much off her, you know, and I put in my side. So that's why we can sort of like sort things out and bounce off each other. So, you know.
Well, we're going to have to wrap this up because
Yep.
we've got to get back for
Cool.
the others.
Yep.
So, guys,
Yeah, love you
listen,
guys.
just pray,
Yep.
pray, put the armour on and pray. We're Nelly walking on the battlefield. That's how close we are. We're about to go to war in a spiritual sense. Don't worry about the physical. Let the Father do that. You worry about your spiritual side of it. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Tell him you're a sinner, you need his blood covering you, and just try to believe it. And it is hard, it is getting darker every day, and our weather's been beautiful, but we know the feeling of what's going on here.
Yeah.
It's getting darker and
Yeah.
and the mud's getting thicker every day. So keep your heads up. We do love you. I do have to make some phone calls to some of you this week, which will be happening tomorrow. And I hope you pick up the phone, whoever it may be.
Just quickly, I did hear about a P8 getting might have been shot down over the Crimea no-fly zone. We don't know. They could have turned their transponder off. We won't know. So if anyone knows anything, let us know in the comments. Because let's say if it happened, that's really going to kick things off a lot quicker.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So.
All right, guys. So we love you, and
Yep, love you
we'll
guys.
talk to you tomorrow anyway. Okay, this is Beck and Growler. We are out.
Yep.